Good evening, Prescott Valley. This is the June meeting for the Parks and Recs Commission. And we'll start this party off by having a roll call.
Commissioner Hunt? Oh, here. I thought you said Mr. Sorry. Commissioner Trevini?
Here.
Commissioner Fallman?
Here.
Commissioner Freyer?
Here.
Commissioner Brinkman?
Here.
Vice Chairperson Polican?
Here.
Chairperson Gummer?
Yes. Very good. Full commission tonight. Next, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. But before we do that, I would like to move up item 9A between items 5 and 6 so we can be a little considerate of our guests tonight, maybe get them out of here a little earlier this evening. So if I could have a motion with the changes, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the modification of item 9A moved up between item 5 and 6.
I'll second.
I have a motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Moving on, we'll go to the approval of the minutes. The first ones will be for the May 14th work-study meeting. Do I have a motion for that?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for the May 14th work-study minutes.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we need a approval of the minutes for the May 14th regular meeting.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes for the regular meeting of Tuesday, May 14th, the 6:30 p.m. meeting.
I have a motion. I have a second.
I'll second.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Moving on, we'll go to the scheduled announcements. Does anybody have any announcements? We'll go with Brian.
Brian might have.
One or two. Well, in the spirit of summer break, we're going to talk about all kinds of goodies that are going to be going on in the months of June and July and even trickle into August a little bit. So we're going to kick things off. And a reminder with everyone that our movie series is continuing. These are on Friday evenings here at the Civic Center Amphitheater beginning at 7:45 each evening. There is no admission fee, no parking. We do have concessions on site, compliments of all of our sponsors that we have contributing to our movie series. June 14th will be Princess Bride. June 21st, Ralph Breaks the Internet. And June 28th, Hook as our concluding film for the series. So please put those on your schedule. Come on out. Come out early. Join some of our other folks that bring their picnic dinners with them on the lawn. They throw the ball and the frisbee around, enjoying themselves, all preceding each movie night at 7:45. Again, the Prescott Valley Amphitheater for Movies Under the Stars. Next, reminder, Mountain Valley Splash has a variety of different opportunities available for you this summer. We have facility rentals that are available Friday through Sunday in the evenings. We have open swim daily from 1 to 4:30 p.m. We have family nights on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Lap swimming is available during the day along with our water aerobics Wednesdays and Friday mornings at 9, as well as Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:15 p.m. Swim lessons are available for a variety of different schedules. We have Session 3 starting June 24th and Session 4 starting July 8th. A recreational swim team is also available for our youngsters, and practices are 7:30 to 8:45 Monday through Friday every morning. So Session 2 begins in July. So register, go online, visit with us. We can sign you up for all of those things. Visit with us at the pool as you're there every day for your open swim sessions. So lots of aquatic programmings and opportunities this summer.
One thing I'd like to mention is I was not aware that there is a height restriction for the big slide.
Specifically for you.
Yes.
Yes.
And I barely made it. But I have a grandson that's kind of interested in going down the big slide by himself, and I called and found out that it is a required 42 inches.
That is correct.
To be able to go down the big slide by themselves.
Yes.
And I didn't know that. And on the years I've been on this commission, I had no idea that there was a limit like that. So at least we've educated everybody, and now we all know. Got to be 42 inches. I made it by 1 inch.
You did. Good deal.
I can go down by myself.
See,
now.
so it's never been an item of information until now.
Well, I haven't had the courage to go down by myself till this year.
There you go. We have drawing workshops available through our Arts and Culture Division. These are 3 days student sessions for learning basic drawing skills to help understand composition, shape, and proportions. Costs are $60 per student. These are Wednesdays and Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11:30 at the Civic Center. Also, acrylic painting workshops are available. Again, another 3-session program. And students will learn the basics of acrylic painting skills with a focus on landscapes. The costs are $90 per student, 8:30 to 11:30, Wednesday through Friday, again, also at the Civic Center. Again, all of our programs and services are available online at pvaz.net at the Parks and Recreation Department, or you can give us a call at 759-3090, and we'll be able to register you over the phone. Adventure is out there. Sign up for our next Park and Recreation hiking trip. This is Saturday, June 18th, and this is the Smith Ravine Trail. We have a basic dog obedience program. Our next session starts Tuesday, June 25th. And if you're looking for something extra to do, we offer yoga, strength conditioning, ballet and tap, piano lessons, guitar lessons, and our water aerobics, as we mentioned earlier. 4th of July, believe it or not, is coming up quick, just a few weeks away, which means I'm getting old because I thought it was a month away or more. So Thursday, July 4th, join us at Mountain Valley Park. Our address is 8600 Nace Lane. Our festivities will begin at 3 p.m., concluding with the best fireworks in northern Arizona. Our Heroes Party Rentals partner will be conducting their 4th Fun Zone. That will open at 3, with wristbands available for purchase at the event for $19.95. Live music starts at 5:30 and goes until 8:30, when which we shut off the lights for the fireworks shows. We'll have Mr. Rick Kazuka, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which I guaranteed him not, along with the Front Page Blues Band. Food vendors in the beer garden will be available starting at the 5:30 hour. And we please ask that folks keep in mind by not bringing their pets, glass containers, and no outside alcohol. Any questions, again, give us a buzz at 759-3090. This is a free event, no admission, free parking on site as well. So this is your fun time to celebrate 4th of July with some of the neatest fireworks that we have around. We have our pyrotechnician coming on board that we've had for the last few years, and he is cooking up new concoctions for us, new display, so it'll be pretty doggone exciting. So looking forward to this. Also, registration is currently open for our fall softball program. The cost is $270 per team. And these registrations are open now through July 14th. We have co-ed 1, 2, and 3 that will be played on Mondays starting August 12th. Men's 1, 2, and 3 will be played on Friday starting August 16th. Men's and co-ed games will be 6, 7, 8, and 9 p.m. start times. We also have a mandatory managers meeting that will be held Tuesday, August 6th at 7 p.m. at the Civic Center in room 331. For those interested in learning more, they can give us a call again at 759-3090. Also, we always have a waiting list for individual players, pickup list, if you will. So those teams are always looking for individuals. So if you specifically don't have a team, would like to be part of one, again, contact us. We'll get your information and make you available for as an option player for those teams that are looking for additional ads. Our 2019 swim movie is scheduled for Thursday, August 1st at Mountain Valley Splash. We are showing Little Mermaid. Our gates will open at 6:30 p.m. The movie will start at dark, and concessions will be available on site. And put on your schedule the free youth soccer player and coach clinic with the Yavapai College Rough Riders. This will be held at Mountain Valley Park on our synthetic artificial turf field, Saturday, August 10th, 9 to 10:30 a.m. This is for boys and girls ages 6 to 15, along with their coaches. Registration is handled on site. Participants are asked to bring their own soccer ball, and there will be a special commemorative prize for each participating athlete that day. And that concludes our announcements for the summer.
Very good. Any questions, comments? you know, sometimes those soccer guys from Yavapai College move on to bigger and better things. So to get training from those guys and maybe an autograph or two is not a bad deal.
It's a smart play on your
You
part.
bet. A lot of those guys move on to the big time. Okay, if nothing else for anybody, we will go to item 9A, a facility naming request. Is it, I don't know, I hope it's not killing the name. Is it the Cool Room or Kool-Aid
This would be
Room?
the cool room.
Cool room?
So we have,
Very
as
cool.
the commission understands, we do, as Parks and Recreation Commission, we are the conduit through which facility naming takes place, park naming takes place, and we have an application here. This is coming from the Friends of the Prescott Valley Library of identifying or changing the name of our second floor meeting room here at the library to the Cool Room. And so with this, I have the applicant. This would be Ms. Casey Van Haren, our library director, and she will be happy to answer any questions that you might have and review some of the justification for request in this application. So with that, I will turn the floor over to her.
Welcome, Casey. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me tonight. So, do you have any questions?
Any questions, comments?
Well,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Well, let me start. As a volunteer, as all of us are, we truly appreciate the volunteerism that they showed. I don't think I know them, though I've got to admit their picture looks very familiar, so we might have met in passing. But this certainly seems like a very appropriate move to name the room in their honor. People that give that much back to the community are really special. We truly appreciate that.
Awesome.
And what room will this be?
This is on the second floor. It's our second floor meeting room. It used to be called the genealogy room, but all the materials that were in that room were sent back to Northern Arizona Genealogy Society. So that room is empty, and we needed more meeting space, so we turned it into a meeting room. And Herta passed away in 2017. So, and that's where the funding they gave us their estate. And Stuart Matson, our former library director, who was charged as a trustee for their estate while they turned over the funds to the Friends of the Prescott Valley Public Library. But Herta was an amazing woman, and I did get to work with her. As a volunteer, she volunteered with me on the desk, and she was very well loved, very well respected. She was German, so she had considering how old she was when she passed away, she still had this thick German accent that sometimes was a little difficult to get past. But she was quite a storyteller and loved the library. She would show up. I would say that last year her health was failing, but she still would try to show up and support the community and the library. She was a huge supporter of the library.
Very nice. Any other questions, comments?
No. Right, but that was through Elaine. A different volunteer.
Okay.
No other comments? Well,
I have met her. A very tiny lady.
Yes, a little tiny thing.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been able to go down the water slide.
Yes, and I believe they purchased one of the glass panels as you come into the library. Isn't their name on one of those?
No, that is the. Why can't I think of Elaine's last name? She did her daughter passed away and her husband passed away. Yeah, yes, Claire Masowitz purchased one of the panels, and she was another. She's donated considerable amount of money to our library, and maybe that Joe and Herta did also.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, you're right.
Their
You're right.
name is
Yes,
etched on one
I'm
of
looking at the names now. Yeah, they're on there.
Yeah, okay. I know. I've seen her there many times in the library. Definitely.
She was amazing. We really miss her.
Very good. And it's people like that do help this community so much with all the things that we do have. So this is an action item, so if everybody's in favor, I would like a motion, please.
Well, I'll make a motion to rename the second floor meeting room to the Cool Room.
Awesome.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. We now have a new name for the second floor
Awesome.
meeting.
Thank you
And we
so
truly
much.
appreciate
You
that.
bet we do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And Buzz, I miss your son Garrett. He was awesome.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
All right. Well, commissioners, thank you very much for that. Between Casey and I, we'll work up the request for council actions to move forward your recommendation for the renaming of this room. And between our efforts, we'll get that to the town council and be able to report back to you soon.
Very good.
Okay.
And we'd like to thank everybody for coming this evening. Thank you so much for all the support. Moving on, we'll go to the department updates. We'll start off with Brian's director's report.
I really have no additional information to add to my report,
What
but
a
I am
shocker.
happy.
What a shocker.
Well, I tried to be thorough just in the report itself, Mr. Gummer. But I am happy to answer any specific questions that you as commissioners may have about my report or the department's report as a whole.
As always, your reports are always full. Your days are very, very full of activity, and I don't want to be in your shoes whatsoever.
Well, I don't have any questions for you, but I do have a comment because when I read through this, a lot of people, hopefully we have some folks at home watching us on TV, but a lot of people may not know how hard you and your department, your team works month in and month out, but just to kind of put things in perspective, and I appreciate all the work, Brian, that you and your team does. You had 80 bullet points or line items on this monthly report. And that's a lot of work, and that's probably not everything that you guys do, but it's pretty impressive. So I just want to thank you and your department, your team again for all the hard work you do to make all the parks, a destination place for the youth in our communities.
Most
Thank you.
definitely. We try to make it.
Rest assured, we are being watched.
Yes, ma'am. I would highly concur with that in any and all endeavors. So, doing those things, but yes, we definitely work hard not only to have our parks that way, but also our facilities, our programming, those types of things, and working with a number of different volunteers that help us achieve those goals. So, thank you very much for those accolades.
Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll go on to the chairperson's report. So this evening, the night of June 11th, I have some bad news for the commission. We won't be seeing Commissioner Pat Frayer anymore after tonight's meeting.
Oh.
He has decided to step down. He's got some other plans, and as we all know, we get busy in our life, and he's moving on to other things. But I did want to say that we talk about active volunteers, and then I have active volunteers. Pat has been one of those active volunteers that has taken on his passion for trails and has been just unstoppable on this commission. As a volunteer, he has done more for this town with the trails down in Fane Park with the gang coming and creating trails and helping us map things out and look at things. And one thing Pat's always said is he does not consider a trail to be cement. And one of our passions in this town is to try and continue building real trails. And I know Pat has been strong pushing these things, and we're not going to let that go on this commission because we still have Glassford Hill that could have many opportunities for more trails and opportunities for us to do kind of what Prescott's doing. So on behalf of Pat leaving tonight, we have come up with a nice certificate for him from this commission.
I didn't have to do that.
And it says, in honor, appreciation, recognition for your unwavering support to the Parks and Recreation Department as a commissioner on the Parks and Recreation Commission, we hereby acknowledge your efforts and contributions to our organization, and with this certificate of appreciation hereby awarded to Patrick Frayer, one of our commissioners. So if anybody would like to go ahead and give comment.
I will.
Please no roast. No
Pat, I'm
roast.
sorry that you, excuse me?
I said, please no roasting of Commissioner Frayer.
Yes, sir.
Why not?
I'm a big target.
Oh, I'm really sorry that you're going, Pat. I just really enjoyed sitting beside you and,
Thank you.
joining in discussions with you and everything you've done, coming here on a meeting, riding your bike. and it's really been a pleasure and a joy to have known you, and I'm sorry that you're going to leave us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind words from you and Buzz and anyone else.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd just like to say the same thing. You have contributed so much to the commission and the community that we really appreciate that. We knew that the time would come, just like it will for all of us, well, except Buzz. I think he's got another 20. But
Yeah, sure.
But you really have
You never
helped
know.
us out. You got on board, did a lot. You've been very active your whole time, and just thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I want to also add, he gave us 6 years of his time to volunteer for this commission. And in that 6 years, like I say, he has contributed a lot to our community.
I know Pat has, as you all have mentioned quite a bit, but he's been beyond a lot of those things. He has helped us find grant monies. He's given of his time. He's given of his labor. He has helped make connections that haven't been available to us before. More importantly, he has helped grow young people in our community, helping make those connections, allowing them to find ways to share their passions within the community. He's coached a mountain biking team, actually literally started it from ground up. In doing that, he continues to make those types of contributions. He's helped steward young people by having them come out onto the trails and understand what trail building is about. And all of those different efforts, if they want it, learning how to not only develop it, but also maintain it and sustain it. Which is pretty incredible. Most people like to get things going and then they walk away from them, or those types of things. Pat has continued all of those efforts on. So he's been an outstanding individual, not only to this commission, but to our community, and for me as a friend. Being able to do that for a number of different years. I'm probably the guy he hates the most because I pulled him into all kinds of different things through the efforts of our children as they were growing up together. So we did a lot of those fun things, and when we met each other through our children, we didn't actually understand that we were connected even beyond that. We by chance happened to go to the same college or university and doing those types of things, and he's from here in Arizona, I'm back from the Midwest, and all those kinds of crazy things. So we were connected and probably walking by each other every day there at school. Some of the young people that I grew up with, he's buddies with as well. So it's really weird and ironic. So that connectivity that we
Small world and small towns. So.
It is that. So in doing all those things. But I can't say thank you enough, Pat.
Well,
it's been fantastic. I know this is not the end. It's just different.
Yep,
And
exactly, and it's
transition.
bittersweet for me. Like we talked about on the phone when I told you, it's really just a personal decision. I've loved being involved and trying to give a different perspective on what I think recreation could be for the town of Prescott Valley. With my passion for trails and trail building and riding mountain bikes and hiking, I think there's a lot of potential out there. Bandwidth-wise, I just don't have it to be the guy carrying the flag to make it all happen. So I hope that the perspective continues, and I hope future generations of this commission and the town itself is receptive to changing the thought process of what a trail is for the town of Prescott Valley. I think we got a good start on it with Glassford Hill Trail and the little bit of single track we were able to do out at Fane Park. So, it's been my pleasure to work with each and every one of you over the years. Gonna miss our monthly meetings, but just because I'm not sitting on the board doesn't mean that you won't hear from me in the future. So, yeah, my goal is to try and get my mindset to other people to help step forward to advance this in the town. And, you know, I may be coming with proposals in the future or introducing the right people to bring those proposals to
Just
the
like
town.
you were
So,
before.
Yeah. So, gone but not forgotten, hopefully.
You bet.
And, you know, thank you for the kind words, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Pat.
We
And
appreciate you.
here on behalf of your certificate, let's get right in front of, right here.
Thank you.
So, yeah, and again, like you say, you can come in under unscheduled public appearances if you want sometime too, and just kind of pop in and
Yeah.
keep us in line.
3 minutes, Bill?
Yeah, we'll only give
Or
you
5
5
minutes.
Give you 5 minutes.
Crisp 5.
And please do not act with any vengeance in regards to me sharing this. I apologize, but not really.
No worries.
Thank you, buddy.
And it is, and he will be missed. And people out there, again, if you are watching and you have an interest in being a commissioner on this commission, there you can call the town or Parks and Rec Department, 759-3090, and get information on how to apply and try and become a commissioner.
And that's one other point I'd like to make to that. And for volunteers, you know, a friend of mine on a different board I served on prior to the Parks and Rec Commission said the world is run by those who show up. So if there's stuff you want to see done in the community, amenities you'd like to have, and you have a passion for something, there's an opening on the commission now. Bring your ideas and roll your sleeves up and get to work.
You bet. You bet.
And aside from all of that, but not aside, but in addition to all of that, also want to remind, and not that you need to be reminded of this, but our master plan is underway. Also, our web portal for connectivity in regards to comments, desires, passions, those types of things, in growing our community via Parks and Recreation and Arts and Culture. That is available to you now. We're going to be continuing those processes. We're going to be coming back even hotter and heavier after school returns. We're going to be doing some outreach, some interviews with our young people, and we're going to continue then that process, and we'll also have some additional community engagement via community charrettes and opening those doors to groups and general members of our public to participate as well. Show up, put it in, and let's see how it all shakes out through those processes. But we have a great opportunity here on this commission as well. So,
And our newest member, Lori Hunt, has just come on, and you can kind of give an update on kind of what you went through an interview, just a little. You decided to apply for something, and you wanted a little something to do, and you thought this is a fun place to be at.
Very fun.
So you did. You came on board, and maybe you can just give a little update on what you went through to become a
Sure.
commissioner.
I actually talked to, is it Mary Lou up front?
yes, ma'am.
Because I do aerobics on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the community center. And I said, is there any Parks and Recreation positions open? She goes, I don't think so. And then she actually went above and beyond and emailed me a couple days later to say, yes, there is a position open. And so I applied through the city manager's office, the town manager's office. And it's an application that you have to fill out, your interests and all of that. Attach your resume, and then I interviewed with the council once.
About 5 hours, right?
Yeah. And then you wait a couple weeks because they need to interview people at different times. And then you go and you get sworn in by the clerk, and then you get scheduled at a city council meeting.
Very good.
Yeah.
And it was that simple.
It was.
And you're so happy to be here.
I'm
There
happy.
was one tumultuous period, and she had to go on tours and sit down with the director and all of those.
Oh, yeah,
types.
we've all been through that, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Happiest time.
But anyway, happy trails to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. No other questions, comments? We'll go on to the tree advisory with the chairperson's report. We have our ducks in a row. We are ready to attack next year to become another Tree City USA. We've got our game plan, and we are coming up on the 15th anniversary of being a Tree City. So Brian and I were talking, and we thought, 15 years of this is something we really need to celebrate. So we are looking for ideas from our commission, the public, anybody out there, to really have a great big party. We're gonna celebrate this because we have fulfilled for the last 15 years everything we've needed to be a tree city, and it's helped us immensely with grants and planting of trees, and it is something that needs to be celebrated.
Is there a specific date or time, or
Well, we
first got acknowledged as a Tree City USA? Is it June? Is it July? August? Do you guys know those?
Well, our annual Arbor Day celebration is the last Friday in April. So
Okay.
we're definitely having that. It is scheduled for our new, soon-to-be completely named Santa Fe Station Park down at the intersection of Glassford Hill and Santa Fe Loop. So we'll be planting quite a few trees there during that celebration, potentially, or could be several. So part of our discussions have been kind of more or less a campaign in regards to those contributions, that level of support coming from our community. We had a couple of trees that were donated by the surrounding neighbors this year out at Sunflower Park. We haven't had that type of participation for a couple of years, so we thought we'd campaign more in that process. Again, what we'd like to see is 15 new trees. I'll be honest with you. Let's multiply that by 10. Love to have 150 new trees. And seeing what could be possible. We've got a couple of different locations through town that we want to bring trees into, so we do have some availability on site. Campaigning even more with our friends of Prescott Valley Parks and Recreation. They're hosting our Memorial Tree program. So that those that would like to contribute and recognize a loved one or contribute to the program, those types of things, they're a 501c3, so there's benefits through those types of processes doing that. In years past, we've had poster contests in which we've worked with local schools in doing that, so that could be something else again to bring in to our program, and just looking at different ways and methodologies. I know one of our charter programs is the Firewise. Well, we actually worked with our community development department. They had a Firewise program, and it was part of also that evacuational program through the Viewpoint, Pronghorn, Mingus Mountain areas, those types of things. So that's been another one of our staples going forward in achieving our 15th anniversary. But we would like to really pump up the volume, if you will. And boy, that's an old term. In regards to celebrating our anniversary. So we'd really like, let's all put on our thinking caps. Let's come with some fun and creative ways. Perhaps we could do that within some of our other events and programs and services that we have going on in regards to getting the word out or having activities or what have you in doing or celebrating our success for the last 15 years in doing that. So that was kind of in a very brief nutshell of conversation. We wanted to kick that door wide open and see what other thoughts and ideas and creative ways to share that message.
A great showing's always the 4th of July celebration, allowing for that opportunity to start during that period, and kind of if we could choose a time frame or date that we're looking to do that celebration, kind of pin it down and allow that to be, I guess, broadcast or advertised during that 4th of July celebration would be awesome. You get a lot of people, a lot of people eager and interested in things at that point.
Yeah. Maybe we could challenge our pyrotechnician to do a firework that shows as a tree.
There you go.
Yeah, and it would be, and even the opportunity for the public to come and give us some ideas. I mean,
Yes.
we're trying to invite them more and more now into our world of giving us some ideas, and let's work with the public, and let's open this whole thing up to everybody, and it could be a good time. And when I think of trees, I think of maybe the band Earth, Wind, and Fire coming and putting on a huge concert for us. I'll see if I have that phone number in my phone.
Or is it instead of ring my bell, shake my tree or something like that?
Yeah, we
okay.
can come up with something for a tree. Any other questions? Go ahead.
What is the time period for this?
It would literally be our entire year, but I would think our strongest period of time would be taking us to that April Arbor Day celebration event.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so that window between literally now and April
It's a time.
of next year, without a doubt. So there's all kinds of ways and thoughts and methodologies. You know, if there's an opportunity to key that into Gold Fever Day and Badges and Bobbers. We talked about 4th of July.
Parade next year.
Parade. You know, could we thematically do something in other ways? We talked about the poster contest, you know, and the educational components in regards to Firewise. But, you know, how can we make sure that brings it home? How can we rally people in support of what the Arbor Day program's about? How do we grow our canopy? All those different types of things. So just kind of looking at it from that. It's just amazing to me. There's not that many tree city communities in Arizona, and we've been successful for 15, not just 15 years, but 15 consecutive years. And if we can turn that into 25 and keep moving the...
Maybe we could bring Heidi on board to do some publications for us with the paper?
Without a doubt. So there's a lot, but developing those ideas and putting it into all the different variety
I'm so amazed, Brian,
contexts.
that you got over 700 responses
Yes.
about the park name. Now, can you imagine we'd have a mailing like that for the people around that park?
Yes, ma'am.
If you had over 700 that cared enough,
Exactly.
that's really wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Really just for the whole community. If we could plant, like you say, 150 trees. If we
Yes.
could- and, you know, we'd like to push that memorial idea. If someone wants to purchase a tree, and we'll give them a plaque with their name on it, someone from that's passed, or a first responder, or somebody, you know, they could purchase a tree, and we'll put it in a nice place for them with a nice plaque. And
exactly. The other things that are out there, and this has happened before, where, and I'm going to be real ornery with this, but we've had grandparents celebrating the birth of their grandchild and parents that celebrate the birth of their children, and they use that as a measurement tool, and it goes forward. So it's a living process in regards to, you know, hey, when you were born, this happened. And, you know, we see those measurements on the closet door at the house and those types of things. Well, this is just another way and methodology of doing that. So kind of neat stuff.
how neat would that be as a grandparent to take your grandkid to the park
Yeah,
and say,
that would be very cool.
this is your tree,
Yeah.
and here's your name on it.
Or even your great-grandchild.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet. That is very, that's a very, very cool idea.
So is there a time, is there an age, a grade where they,
It is.
kids were all the same age that day, right? At Sunflower.
We did have a few mix of grades there. Specifically for the poster contest, that is about the only delineated age requirement that we have. I believe it's fourth grade,
Okay.
And that's when they're really starting to understand the science behind the trees, those types of things. Outside of that, though, Arbor Day is 100% open, so we literally invite schools that participation. This is probably going to be for next year a Granville invitation,
Okay.
that elementary school to come over and visit with us and learn. But the poster contest, if memory serves correctly, there's something at that fourth grade level that's specific about trees. I could be off by a grade or two, but somewhere right in that vicinity.
So they'll know it's the 15th, and we can
That
add
would-
that to the poster too.
That would be part of that process. Yes, ma'am.
Brian, you know I'm a stickler for that flag.
Yes. Yes.
And to somehow incorporate that with anything we put in the newspaper, or even raise that flag at the park
Yeah. Yeah.
when we have the Arbor Day.
Yes, during the event, yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because we maintain an inventory, so when we have the winds that come whipping through and that type of, like we did on Memorial Day, we had to replace literally all the flags.
Yeah.
We lost American, POW, Arizona, Arbor Day, poof, right off the poles. So, yeah, we could easily make that in addition to that day and use it on some of our other special event type stands. So it's real nice and tall.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even with the poster contest, we could open it up to everybody if they want to make a poster and just have a little contest. And
the state does, they just renewed their processes. Hopefully it's going to continue, but it actually becomes a contest via each participating Tree City community at a state level as well, too. So it even transcends our community. It embraces the entirety of the state. So we can really ratchet it up and go crazy with that.
And we have plenty of artists in our town.
Yes. And I would think that I can have some lateral discussion with our Arts and Culture Commission. I think they'd be very excited to help work on some of those parameters and partner with the Parks and Rec Commission and help with jurying and those types of things.
Very good.
Cool.
Any other questions, comments?
But keep them rolling once those ideas hit.
Any ideas you guys have, just give Brian a call. Let's try and make this, I mean, it's a worthwhile thing. 15 years is a pretty huge
It's a good thing.
Party to have there for the Tree City.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. We'll go to old business with Boys and Girls Club construction update.
Yes, so we're nearing, finalizing our certificate of occupancy for the new gymnasium. So we have a few little housekeeping items that we need to get squared away. We'll have those hopefully soon wrapped up. Then we have some of our own responsibilities that we need to get taken care of. But hopefully soon we'll be able to open those doors because it's summertime. Our young people are highly engaged over at the Boys and Girls Club now. I know they're chomping at the bit, as well as many other folks on my team to be able to test the new gym floor, but they're just having to bide their time and wait a little bit. But things are going very, very well. I can't say enough good things about working with Bees Construction on this particular project. Their whole team and new members and come in and out and those types of things during our construction meetings. They've been very warm, receptive to a variety of different ideas, making transitions and those things as construction projects always do. But they've been phenomenal, been professional, they've been personable. In doing all of that. So, Mr. Bombardier, thank you very, very much for your team. Chad and Craig, you guys are awesome. It's been a ton of fun working out there with everyone and doing that. So, I hate to say it, I'm kind of sad that this project's ending because I enjoyed the team out there in doing that. So, pretty soon that will happen. And then I'm anticipating sometime October, November, we will have a open house celebration. The reason for why it's being pushed to that time frame, because one of the other main contributing partners to this facility's development is the Northern Arizona Suns. And they will be just now starting to ramp up their program through internal operations, getting their coaching staff built, getting everything lined out, hosting tryouts, making the cuts, doing all of those types of things. And that will take them all the way into that October time frame. So we want to make sure our partners are there and they're ready. They've exercised the building as well, too. And then we'll have that grand open house celebration and invite everyone, probably do that on a Saturday morning or afternoon, have everybody come out for a couple hours and have all kinds of fun and activities and introductions and tours and all the good stuff. Probably players on site, some signing opportunities, maybe some skills competitions. It might be your opportunity to join the team, Brett. Who knows? So
might be a little shortcoming on that end.
Well, no, I'm going to warn you. I mean, we all know about Elaine's water polo days and those types of things, but she also was the center on the women's national basketball team. So don't think.
Don't forget, the first thing was soccer, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I'd have to really.
Well, you've done them all.
Yeah,
I've done so many.
You've done
without a doubt. Yeah. And I think that was the transition from the soccer to the water polo because as the goalie, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
I also do polo on a horse.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. So maybe, gee whiz.
That's our next field coming.
Just amazing. And then you and Buzz met because he was the high diver off of like the concrete platforms, right?
If you say so.
Okay.
That was what, the 60 Olympics?
I'm sorry, we're digressing badly. So this goes back over 12 years ago. These two ornery people drugged me into this conversation. So I have to perpetuate it a little bit. All right.
Any other questions, comments? Well, it's exciting for the new gym. It's been needed, and it is going to be a wonderful addition to the town. Just wonder. And the open house, like I said, we could make that so much fun for the kids and the players and everybody just coming out and get excited. Okay, moving on, we'll go to Granville Unit 6, Santa Fe Station Park construction update.
Yes, sir. So we have our pickleball crews on site. A lot of dirt work's been going on over the last week or so. So we've had our park staff, our public works staff out there making those final grades and cuts. You're going to see some forms going in, some base being put in place and ready to go. So it's going to be going crazy here in a little bit. Our playground folks are right along at that same point in time. Following that, or in the mix of it all, our sidewalk folks will also be in play. And then just got done speaking to one of our developers, subcontractors related to the restrooms and some of the fixtures that we have spec'd out there. So looking for some review and oversight on those items. So everything's starting to spin. So I know we've had a lot of work, parking lot development, roadway development, but now amenities are underway. So those things have all been in play. We unfortunately had some vendors late to respond to bid requests as it relates to our landscape irrigation project. So we're going to reestablish those advertising dates, put that announcement back out on to the road, and get some heightened participation there. So we'll find just a slight delay, but nothing that's really going to infringe too hard or heavy on our schedule. So once that is established, we'll be ready to go and have an irrigation system operating and turf growing come just a little bit after monsoon season. So,
very good. Any questions, comments? I know the pickleball courts will be in great demand. Yeah. And it's going to be difficult to try and set times aside maybe for lessons or tournaments and groups because the public will be. Yep. I know Elaine's been working on her pickleball skills this last month.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you need a partner, you let me know, girl. I'm there.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Now, Elaine, you're more than welcome, but his instructor has informed me that he is restricted to his current facility. He will not be allowed on the new. So.
Well, thank you for that information.
Yes, you're welcome, ma'am. Glad to help you there.
That was my bad.
I thought they didn't want him because he's always pickled.
Yeah, well, that's the start of the pickleball.
Sorry.
There's 6 courts there, right?
4.
4. Okay.
4. Yes, ma'am. Our Antelope Park site was designed and established for the 6. Okay. Yes, ma'am. So
and
there will be a lot of demand for that.
I drove by Prescott the other day at their by 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was just unbelievable with people. And people were playing, other people were sitting on the side. And I see us having the same troubles where we don't have enough ball fields, we're not going to have enough pickleball fields.
So, staff is working also for your August agenda for exactly the items that you're referring to in regards to facility use policy, directive, reservation, all of those types of things. So you will see that being part of your August agendas so that we can review if there's updates, changes, corrections that we need to go through. And then after that, staff will be looking for your recommendation to be moved forward to council for their consideration. So our August meeting should be full with that.
That doesn't go in the master plan.
It does not.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Very good. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 9. We'll go to 9B for the 1920s meeting schedule with action requested. Everybody has had a chance to look at the schedule. We don't usually meet in July or December, so everyone can have some time for vacations and Christmas. And other than that, if anybody has any questions or comments about the dates or the times, now is the time to bring it to our attention.
I think we had mentioned last time this has been the same schedule we've adhered to for a number of years, and it has worked really well. So with that, I'd make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 1920 meeting schedule as written, not meeting in July and December.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. It works out for all of us. I think we've got it drilled in our head that 6:30 on the Tuesday is when we're here. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Moving on, we'll go to 9C, where we are at the 1920 election of officers.
We are.
So, what I would like is to offer the opportunity to somebody that has not had an opportunity to be a chair, if they would like. Brett? Oops. And I know a work schedule and I know things, but we also have a vice chair, so if there's days where you couldn't be here, we have a vice chair. But I've done this long enough. We've all done it, except for Kevin maybe, but I know Kevin also struggles with work. So, if you guys are interested in the opportunity to be the chair, and this is your time to step up, and if you were really interested, we'd love to see you guys step up, take over.
One of the challenges that I would face just in my work schedule is there'd be frequent times where I'd miss a meeting.
Sure.
So I need if I were to do that position, a strong vice chair that would be able to take over those responsibilities.
Yep. And we will have that. Well, it's Kevin, any comments? I know you're busy too with work all the time. Okay, so with that, we would, if anybody has...
Or a nomination not to allow the chair to relinquish his position, continuing into a second term.
I knew you were trying to sneak in there.
But of course, I'm happy to do that. That would be Mr. Harkin. Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
Well,
And our slate does consist of chair, vice chair, and secretary. So all three of those positions are available. So with that, we could open the slate.
I think, Buzz has done really an outstanding job this last year.
Really?
You have provided great leadership. You have helped move us forward into new realms. And I would have no problem with you continuing for another year.
have you been at the same meetings I've been at?
At the same time, I agree with you. We always like to give opportunities to people. I understand the difficulty with your schedule, and so as far as I'm concerned, it really kind of comes down to you. Would you like to come on board as the chair now? Would you like to wait a year? What works for you personally?
And we know you have a new child, so
Yeah, so
that's
things overlap a little bit.
another.
I think I got to sit on a meeting that I think you were absent on or you were out, so I think that was acceptable. Other than that, I think my current position is okay. Like the current vice chair would be
Vice
okay
chair.
with me to take that nomination.
Okay.
Well, if there's no more discussion, then I would make a motion to reelect Buzz to the chair for another year. We'll make a separate motion for other positions.
Or you could run the whole slate if you have.
I would include then a motion to reelect Brett for a second year as vice chair, and then somebody should fill in as a secretary.
And I think Ron would be a wonderful secretary for us.
Or you could reelect the current
I don't think
secretary.
I can do my own nomination.
So we have a motion right now for myself as chair, Brett as vice chair. That we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Oh, I'll second it.
I have a motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Me.
Doesn't count.
So we're looking for a secretary. I would like to nominate Ron Brinkman to be our secretary in case, because Ron has the experience also. In case Brett or myself something happens, Ron has had much experience being our chair also, or Elaine, and this way we could just pass the buck.
We'll all just stay in the position for another year.
There we go. So I'll have a motion for Ron as secretary. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. We have our new board for next year.
New old board.
Same old board.
The board is boring.
So moving on, is there anything else anybody has? Again, we'd like to thank Pat for all the years and all the service he's done for us. Like I say, you're going to be highly missed, Pat. We hope you do come back and keep up with us and keep us in line.
Absolutely.
And keep pushing the trail systems for us.
I think Lori has a comment.
Yes, Laura.
I do, yeah. I got the email from the consultant or from the department about the master plan.
Yes.
Soliciting comments. And so I went on just to put my name in to see what their response would be. I haven't gotten it yet because I just did it today. But what my comment to them was, wow, great website, because they did a really good job on that website.
Excellent. Thank you.
Very good. Anything else? Moving on, we'll go to unscheduled public appearances. Looks like we'll be having none this evening. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, August 13th, right here in this auditorium at 6:30. Everybody has the opportunity to enjoy the month of July. And if there's nothing else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second Pat's motion to adjourn his final meeting.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We will see you in the month of August, Prescott Valley. Thank you very much.
Have fun.